Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a nice yoga flow that's just going to be creating flexibility and mobility in our back. So let's get into an easy pose, and we're just going to come down first with our body and our head, and already trying to create an intention for this practice, really focusing on what we want to do here, and also focusing on creating a nice rhythm with our breath. So deep inhales and exhales. We're going to be holding here for 10 breaths. And let's slowly make our way up, and we're going to place the hands on the knees and come for a seated cat and cow. So first curling in, almost trying to get our chin to our chest, really feeling this curve in our spine. And inhaling as we arch up. You can even go back with the head. Doing a very nice, fluid, and soft movement here. And now let's come back to center. We'll switch out the feet, coming back to our easy pose. And let's just exhale down, coming down with our head. Staying here for 10 breaths and really concentrating on this moment and on our breath. And let's slowly come up again, and we'll place those hands on the knees and exhaling as we curl in, holding this for a few breaths. Feel that curve in your back, feel it stretching. And now slowly through every bit of your body, arch that back. Good. Feel your chest opening here. Feel everything opening. And now let's come back to center. Let's take a nice side stretch, lengthening the side body, looking up, creating a nice line, and breathing into this position. And let's slowly come back to center, and we'll take it to the other side. Looking up and lengthening that side body, focusing on this stretch, focusing on where you're feeling it. And inhale, coming up. Now let's make our way over to our knees, and we're going to come for a nice child's pose. So lowering down and bringing the head down to the mat, stretching those arms in front of you or bringing them to the sides of your body. And just holding here, keeping those deep breaths going, holding here for 10 breaths. Now let's slowly come up, and we're slowly going to slide into a puppy pose. So stretching out those arms and slowly bringing that chest to the ground. You can look up with your head to make this a little bit more advanced. And just breathe into this stretch. Feel the mobility in your shoulders. Feel the flexibility increasing as you breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Now let's slowly lift and slide into our baby cobra position. First lifting the head and now bringing it down. Let's reposition our hands, balancing on the fingertips and bringing them close to the chest. We're slowly going to lift up and bring it down, creating a nice wave-like motion. And down and up, lifting all the way to the head, and now bringing it back down nice and slow. And inhaling as we come up, exhaling as we come down, warming up the spine and the shoulders, and down. And let's release the hands, bending them at a right angle. And we're gonna lift our left leg up, bending it, bringing it across our body and behind. The left arm is going to lift slightly off of the ground as the right arm stays firmly on the ground. And we're just gonna hold here, feeling our chest and our shoulders opening. This might get intense, so just breathe through it. Sending oxygen to this part of your body. Focus on what you're feeling and really trying to relax here. Good. Let's release the foot and slowly bring it back to center. And we're going to take this to the other side. So bending your right leg, lifting it and bringing it behind. My right arm is slightly lifting off of the mat as I keep the left arm on the mat. And you can close your eyes here to really focus on this stretch. Breathing into those shoulders. And relaxing into them. Holding here for 10 breaths. And let's slowly release, and we'll come back to center. And now all we're going to do is we're slowly going to lift up into a full cobra. So relaxing the legs, hands to the chest and pushing up. Lifting the chest, shoulders down. We're just going to bring that head down and stretch the neck. And if you'd like, you can go side to side with the head. So shoulder to shoulder, creating movement in our neck and warming it up. And let's just inhale and exhale, going with the breath as we go to each shoulder. Just side to side. Nice and slow. Closing your eyes and really feeling this movement. Good. Let's come back to center, lifting the head, and we're just gonna bring it down once again. And now we're going to get ready for our bow posture. So let's just bring both arms in front. And first, we're just going to grab our right leg, bending it, and reaching with our right hand to that right foot. First, just stretching out the quad, bringing that heel to the glute. And we're gonna slowly lift up, lifting the chest as we bring that leg up as high as we can. Now making sure that you're really breathing through this position, though I know it's hard as we are on our stomach, but just try your best. Feel the flexibility increasing in your back. Amazing. Let's bring it down slowly. Releasing the arm and the leg down. And let's just take a moment here to just rest, release the tension, and prepare our body for the other side. So staying here, breathing. And we'll slowly grab our left foot with our left hand, stretching out the quad first. And now let's slowly lift up, lifting the chest and the upper body, trying to lift that leg as high as we can. The other hand is placed on the ground for stability. Good job, guys. Keep holding, keep breathing. And now let's just slowly bring everything down, releasing the foot, bringing your arm back to the ground, and just staying here for a moment, relaxing the body, releasing the tension we've just created. And our next pose is going to be a full bow pose. And if you feel that's too difficult for you today, then just stick with the 1 foot bow pose. Alright, let's bend both of our legs now, grabbing our feet with our hands, and we're slowly, bit by bit, going to lift that chest up, lifting those thighs off of the mat, opening up our heart, and really focusing on this curving in the spine, breathing into it, and holding here. You can release at any moment. You don't need to hold it as long as I do. Good. Few more breaths. And now slowly releasing back down onto the mat. Releasing the legs now, and once again, just staying here, taking your time to just release tension and relax the whole body after this very difficult position. Now let's just bring our hands to our chest, and all we're going to do is just push ourselves into our child's pose and just holding here. And once again, just focusing on our breathing here. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Focusing on our mind, on the present, and on this stretch. Letting go of anything that might be bothering you, at least just for this moment and for this flow, and just feeling this stretch. Now let's just lift up, coming back onto all fours. We're gonna come for our camel pose, so coming onto our knees, coming all the way up and placing our hands on top of our bum and just leaning back, pushing those hips forward and just leaning back with the chest. And if you want, you can grab your ankles if you feel that's a bit too easy. If not, keep your hands on top of your hips and your bum. And just holding here, trying not to open up those knees, but keeping them straight forward. Keep breathing. I know it's hard in these positions, but just do your best. And of course, if at any time this feels way too intense, please release, come to a child's pose, and then come back when you're ready. Good. Keep holding. And let's slowly release by bringing our hands back slowly to our bum and our hips and coming up. And now let's release into a child's pose. Nice counter stretch. Releasing the tension we've just created. And let's just slowly lift our head, coming onto all fours, tucking our feet under, and slowly coming into our down dog, stretching the legs, and just trying to get a good balance here, bringing that head down through the shoulders. And let's just start to walk it out nice and slow, pushing that heel down on the one foot, and now the other. And just take this at your own pace. Good. Side to side. Feeling that stretch in your calf. And now we're just going to bring both heels down to the mat. Just holding here. And we're going to get ready to do some nice wave-like motions, coming into a nice plank pose, rolling into it, and we're going to arch our back, coming back into down dog. So you can take a few steps back to make this more comfortable if that's what you need. And let's curl in and leading with the hips back and waving forward inch by inch, going through the whole back and hips going back. And let's take it forward and let's lead with the hips back, creating flexibility in this back. And let's take it back. And let's just hold in this down dog. And we're just going to step forward now into a seated position. And we'll slowly lift our legs up into a nice boat posture. So bringing the shoulders back and lifting those legs, knees together, holding, and then slowly lowering down. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer, knees are open, hip width apart, and we're going to lift into our bridge pose. So tucking the tailbone under and just lifting up. Good. Breathing into this position. This is a nice beginner pose before you start with a back bend. So if that's your goal in the future, this is a really great pose to start with. We're going to hold here for 10 breaths. So really make sure and really focus on your breath here. Breathing into that lower back and relaxing here. You can even close your eyes, fully surrender to this position, and just hold here. And now let's slowly lower the hips down. And we'll come for a nice spinal twist. So just bring your knees to the side as you bring the head in the opposite direction, focusing on keeping those shoulders on the mat. And just relax and release into this position. Feel the gentle twist here. And breathe into it. Alright, let's take a deep inhale, lifting the knees, and exhaling as we come to the other side. Head goes in the opposite direction, shoulders are on the ground, and just breathing into this position. And you can close your eyes so that you can bring your whole focus on this position. Amazing. Let's take a deep inhale and bring those knees back. Let's just hug them tight, grabbing them, and just going side to side if you'd like to massage the lower back. And let's just come back to center after this one. And let's just release the legs, coming to one side and making your way up. You are finished for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little flow, and I really hope it helps you with your back flexibility. So until next time, goodbye, guys.